So the other day, I asked you guys on Instagram, and if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you guys should definitely follow me on Instagram, because I always ask you guys like what I should post, and that's how I figure out what I'm gonna post on here. So the other day, I asked you guys what I should post between these three, and y'all freaks wanted a scary story. So this is a scary story. Just for the aesthetic of the video, I like dressed up in all black, and I did my nails just for you guys. This is me getting into character. Okay. Anyway, freaks. So this is a story about my paranormal activity experience. I will tell you my thoughts on it like after, because I don't want to give it away. So here it is. Okay, so basically I moved out of my parents' house when I was, it doesn't matter my age. I moved out of my parents' house and I moved in with someone. Let's call this person Robin. I moved out with Robin. I moved out to Robin's place, and me and Robin had a rocky start. So there was a lot of arguments and there was a lot of disagreements, and we fought a lot. Like, our relationship was not, like, it was toxic. So one day, wait, hold on. Let me start over. Okay. Before I moved in, Robin would tell me that his ex would tell him that there was someone in the house, that there was, I don't know exactly what this person said, but that there was basically other people in the house and whatever, that she would see things. And let me start off by saying also that there was another time when, and I don't know if this is valid only because Robin and I were under the influence. I don't remember if this was before or after he told me the situation about his ex. I do remember one time that we were under the influence, and I remember I looked under his door and I was calling out his pet's name. And Robin asked me, like, what are you doing? And I was like, well, I'm calling out your pet's name because your pet is outside. And he said, my pet is in here with us. And I was like, where I could have sworn that I saw like a shadow under his door, you know, like. So I thought to myself, okay, well, I'm under the influence. And granted, when I was under the influence, specifically that, I would hallucinate a lot. So I can only imagine it was due to that, but I'm just putting that out there. So, as I was saying, one day when we were arguing, I think it was like the first time this ever happened. We were arguing, blah, 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 and one of his lights flickered. And I freaked out immediately, but because we were arguing, it was just like a really weird way to stop the argument, I think. I don't know. So we kind of just looked at each other, but we kept arguing, whatever. That was the first time something like actually weird happened. The next time something weird happened was when we were in Robin's living room, and we were just like messing around, like we were goofing around, whatever. And I believe Robin went to grab the remote for his TV, and it like a big spark came out of it, like a pop. Like, you know when you put like something, like a metal piece inside an outlet, and then it makes like a sparking noise. I mean, you can get electrocuted from doing that. Don't do it, but like, you know, it sparks. Well, he literally all he did was grab the remote, and like it sparked. And the first thing Robin asked me was like, what are you doing? And I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, are you basically like conjuring like some weird stuff, you know, whatever. And I was like, no, what the hell? Anyway, that was the second weird thing that happened. You're probably wondering how that ended, by the way. Sorry. So it just ended that we just kept going on with our date. That's pretty much it. Like, there was nothing that we could really do, you know? Okay, the next excuse me, the weirdest thing of them all was probably this one, and I experienced this one by myself. Robin and I would go to get food every Friday. So there was a bag of food, a bag with food inside on Robin's counter, kitchen counter, cabinet, whatever. Robin would go to his garage and he would do his thing, and I would stay in the living room and I would do my thing, watch TV, whatever. Okay, so that day, he was in the garage and I was sitting on his sofa. And I just remember hearing, like, you know when it rains, it sounds like, you know, like rain on the ground sound like, you know, you guys know that sound, right? It just sounds like raindrops. So that's what I kept hearing, and I was like, what the heck? Like is it raining? So I look outside Robin's window and I was like, okay, well, it's not raining. And mind you, this was happening simultaneously. So as I was looking out the window, this sound was still occurring. So I looked outside the window, nothing. So then I look around, I'm like, where is that noise coming from? You know, like, what? That's so strange. And then, like, I turn around. So it basically, let me put it like this: his sofa, he had an open floor plan. So his sofa was facing, let's say, that way, and behind me was the kitchen. So I turn around, and all I remember seeing is a bag just crumpling up slowly, and the moment I looked at it, it just kind of like stopped. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, oh, I was like, I couldn't believe my eyes, you know? I was like, no, like, and I was like, no, like, something must have been falling inside. Like, it must have been the AC, you know? Like, I was just trying to make up all these, like, you know, I was trying to make excuses. But I got freaked out. So even though Robin was next door, like literally next door, I grabbed my phone. I'm like, hey, FaceTime, hey, can you stay with me on the phone until I go outside, because I just saw this happen and it creeped me out. And but you guys, like, well, anyway, so let me finish the story. And so when I went outside, whatever, told them about it, and I believe I went inside to check, like, did anything fall? But everything looked intact the way I had left it. Like, there was just no explanation for it, you know what I mean? And, you know, nothing ever creepy like that happened again. But the reason why I mentioned that Robin and I had a toxic relationship is because I feel like there was a lot of negative energy, and I feel that a lot of that energy was projected off. For the light flickering and for the remote popping off, that sounds so funny, sparking, I feel like it could be due to energy. You know how, like, even when, like, you do this and then, like, you touch a blanket, it'll, like, pop and stuff like that. I feel like that could be the reason why too, you know? The bag, however, I don't know what it was. I don't have an explanation for that. I want to say, like, okay, maybe it was the AC, but like it just, because it wasn't like, the bag wasn't like floating, it was like crumpling, like crushing. Like, I just can't explain it, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that is my paranormal activity story for you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you guys don't feel robbed because you guys are probably like, that's it. Like, yeah, that's it. It was nothing too crazy, thankfully, because like I said, God knows I could not ever deal with that. But thankfully I'm fine. Everyone's fine. In all of my story times, I am not going to expose anybody, because I don't know, they probably have grown, they've changed, they've matured, maybe, I don't know, whatever. I'm not here to expose anyone. I'm just here to tell my side of the story. So I hope that you guys enjoyed my paranormal activity story time. Please let me know what you guys think. What you guys think about all of this, and like your opinions, because like I want to know. But don't freak me out either. Ugh, this isn't working. I don't have a mic today, but I'm pretending that I do, because um because